Well, it's been a big week in sports, especially rugby. The British Lions versus the Boks, the world champions in Durban. And I did mention if the Lions cannot beat South Africa in the first test, they're going to lose 3-0. The Boks went out there and destroyed the Lions scrum. Paul Vickery didn't know where he was coming. He didn't know where his backside was to his head. The Beasts destroyed him. A lot of talk about illegal scrumming. I'm not a forward. I've got no idea. But I'll tell you one thing, those Boks, you've got to give them credit. I don't think the credit should go to the coach. I think de Villiers is a puppet. I think he's there. He doesn't know what he's doing. If you have a look at that team, a lot of world-class players, they run the team and they deserve all the credit. Now, we talk about the basic skills of rugby. Now, the British Lions winger, I don't know his name, plays for England. Could have scored 2 tries very easily, but didn't have the ball in the right hand. He changed it. He should have had it on the other hand away from the opposition, but he didn't. And he had 2 tries disallowed because of common sense and knowing the game of rugby. They talk about rugby being an international professional sport. Guys don't know how to kick properly. They don't know the rules of the game. They whinge about the referee and they don't know how to carry the ball when they run with the ball. Well, there was a couple of other games. The Australians, obviously, last 5 minutes scored 2 tries, but before then looked very, very ordinary. The changes, a lot of raps on O'Connor, who's a very good player, but again, they're given too much publicity. Let him play the game and let him enjoy it. Ashley Cooper comes on, scores 2 tries, does a great job. I think Ashley Cooper should start this week against the French. I think his appearance as he came off the bench and scored 2 tries, and I thought that he demonstrated he wanted to be there. There's been a lot of talk about the enthusiasm of the Wallabies. The ball gets kicked back and the commentators say, look at that, there's 4 Wallabies back there, which is great, but there's no support play. All they do is pass and watch. Guys, pass, support. You're more dangerous on the run instead of with the ball. Give the guy with the ball the options. The French against the All Blacks last week. The All Blacks lucky to win. The French, again, they struggle to put 2 good performances in a row. Just one thing on rugby in general. The New South Wales team, the Waratahs, performed very badly this year, and obviously there's a lot of issues there. But one thing I'd like to say, they brought Matthew Burke back, and he runs on the kicking tee for the guys, and he's supposed to be their kicking coach. Well, Burkey, their kicking performance has been shocking, mate. I don't know what you're doing there. Maybe you should go back to England where you were at Newcastle, because obviously you're better off there than you are here because your tips aren't working, mate. Just a tip from me. Thanks. Well, there's a better deal in Japan. There's a better deal in France. It's fantastic. Let them go. But the thing is, guys, don't speak English. Lifestyle's not great. It's only a money venture. That's all it is. It's not going to improve your rugby or rugby league. There's all these rugby league players saying they're going to go. Willie Mason. Who would worry, waste their money on Willie Mason? Really, honestly, he's useless. He talks a lot. He doesn't play. He's always injured. Let him go to Japan. He'd be great over there. He'd be a sumo wrestler. That's what he should be doing. There, Willie, that's your new job. Be a sumo wrestler. I think it'd be good because there'd be no talking there, mate. You won't last long. And the agents, I mean, you guys are shockers. Just get on and try and look after the player's best interest, not about your interests. Don't worry about the more you can get, the more you get. You've got a guy called Mark Webber in the Formula 1 season coming second, and there's not much publicity at all. There's more publicity about a rugby league guy who decides to go and puts a glass in his girlfriend's face than Mark Webber, who's coming second. And all this talk now about Leighton Hewitt and the tennis. He hasn't delivered for years and years. He gets more publicity than Mark Webber. So what is the Australian press on about? Come on, you journos, get out there and do a great story about Mark. He's coming 4th in the Drivers' Championship. Why don't they just ban swimming suits and see how good the person is at swimming instead of being utilised by all these new swimsuits to make them go faster? 120 records being broken in the last year because of a suit, not because of the talent of the swimmer, and it's shocking. We've got the State of Origin this week in Sydney, Queensland, New South Wales, mate versus mate, play for your club 1 week together, then belt the crap out of each other the next. The only sport in the world that does that. Terry, my nephew's not playing. Out of the whole back line, one player for losing the game, so everything goes on Terry, which I didn't think it's true. We've got to find out what the tactics and what he was told to play. So all those experts, have a look what Terry was told, how he was told to play, and then work out, was it the coach's fault or the players? It's David Campese with the 11th Commandment. Remember, www.the11thcommandment.tv. If anything you want to say, email it to me. You think you know better than me? I'm quite happy. What do you think, Pierre?
It's good. You make me laugh. I like it.
Why is that?
You're honest. I mean, you're.
That's why I'm always in trouble.
I think you don't have a lot of friends.
Thank you. There we are. That's my problem. No friends.